Great morning, holy brothers! Thank you so much for joining us on our pathway to peace inside the Garden of Peace. You're following along on page 289, and today's lesson is called Atrocious Arguments. That's right. Last time we ended up talking about the book of Proverbs, where it says last time we talked about the book of Proverbs, when it said 16:2, all the ways of man are pure in his own eyes, right? A person always thinks that what he does is correct, and everybody else is always wrong, right? That's natural. The Yitzhar says, you're the man, you are amazing. If somebody else is doing something, they got to be ridiculous. What's wrong with them? In every single difference of opinions. If one feels he's right, the other side is wrong, he will stubbornly argue that point all the way down to the grave. People have a very strong desire to defeat others. They want to be winners. They want to be right all the time. But apart from when the topic is very serious, winning an argument instead is not worthwhile, and conceding the point preserves your own strength and your own peace and peace with others, we said, that's the true victory. When you're able to put yourself down to bring somebody else up, then you're the winner. Not when you're beating them down, especially with the one's wife, bowing down to her wishes and placing her as the top number one first priority shows the greatest show of strength that you can possibly imagine, and that's your greatest victory. Not when you're beating them down. I mean, nothing on our Breslau, we said, a blessed memory writes that argumentativeness is the worst of all the bad traits. All other negative traits, it's like a link in a chain. When you pull one up or you pull one down, they're all going to be coming with it. All other negative desires can serve some positive purpose, but if they're harnessed and used in accordance with Hashem's will. But being argumentative and having machlokas and having strife has no positive purpose and can uproot a man from this world and the next. Now, Rav Chaim Falagi of blessed memory testifies that he had seen with his own eyes that every argumentative family has never escaped without some serious damage to their what? Guess what's going to happen to the family if they're arguing within it? What's it going to hurt? Take a guess. It hurts their faith, it hurts their wealth, and it hurts their health. So many people get sick literally because they're having problems, they're causing strife, they're causing stress, and that is destroying their body. Literally, organs and every function inside are collapsing and failing because of what they're doing to their health, because of what they're doing with their minds, because of what they're doing to their relationships. The vessel for blessings is peace. Where there are arguments, blessings cannot flow forth. Gemara says, we said 100 times, bracha comes through the wife. If you're going to be having trouble with your wife, your bracha, that pipeline that's supposed to be bringing you all the blessing, you punch it, it's getting kinked up. It cannot come through. You are clogging your toilet and keep trying to flush it. All that poop and pee is going to end up all over your floor. Oh, but I'm flushing it. I'm pressing it over and over again. Yeah, you keep putting more water in the tank. But it's got nowhere to go. It's backing up.
Yeah, that's what I got to me Friday.
Oh! Let's hear, holy brother.
So whatever, I do what I normally. All week, everything is great. I'm doing whatever.
Fine and dandy.
Boom. Friday comes. Something's like already off, like a little bit.
Pause. We know on Friday, the Yitzhar, the evil inclination, has so much power.
So much. And
you got to be super extra careful on Erev Shabbos. Because the Friday knows Shabbos is coming. There's the biggest bracha, and it's going to try to do everything it can to put that anger and argumentative there. If you've never seen Shabbos before in a Friday afternoon household for Judaism, oh my gosh.
So we, I'm off on Friday. My wife works, and whatever. I take the kid to daycare. I get things done around the house. See the cleaning lady, this, that, and that's it. So my kids are done at 2, and my wife has an appointment for their hair. She took like half a day to, so her appointment was for like 2:00. And whatever, I take care of all the household, come home. She comes home, and we start getting ready to pack because we're leaving to Florida today. And, I kind of see where I went wrong because I was making jokes. I said, let's just pack Motzi Shabbat. How are you going to pack before Shabbat? And she was, she's like, okay. She's tired, and I kept, she was like, I don't know, I think it's better before, whatever. And I guess maybe I kept saying, like, I see how tired I was. Like, I told you should. I was like, go pack now then, huh? And she didn't say anything, but I kept poking at it a little bit, a couple of more times, and then usually I make oatmeal before Shabbat for the kids to have it, like cold oatmeal,
Okay.
so they could have it on Shabbat. And I made it again, and she's like, "You always make the oatmeal so thick, can you?" And I'm like, "Then you do it." And that did not go.
Wow, I would never have guessed in a
I
million
said,
years.
"What did I say?" I said, "Then why don't you do it?" That's what I said.
Wow.
And in my head, I was like, "You never mentioned anything about oatmeal. You never. This is the first. You're making it seem like you've mentioned this before. This is the way I like oatmeal. I'm making oatmeal how I like oatmeal." And it just went bad.
Spiral.
Usually I handle it I guess, because the trip and this and that.
A lot coming up.
And I was making fun of her, I guess. And it wasn't
Maybe, perhaps, a little bit.
So then I did tshuva after. And
how crazy is it looking back? And if you were to see yourself in that moment, what you would be able to say to him, like, "Hello, what is going on? Don't you see what you're about to say, what you're doing? You know this is wrong. You know it's
right
going to
before
cause
I
you
left
trouble."
the shul, like it was so
Wow.
bad. And then obviously, like, you apologize, you tshuva, but like
It's so hard to backtrack.
the momentum already in
Shifts.
Shabbat's already it's already off.
Yeah.
It's like she's still holding on.
Yep. 100 million billion
It wasn't the
percent.
same.
As good as we can be, you will always have that push from the evil inclination to get knocked down. He's always in the ring with you, ready to, if you put your hands down for a second, boom, knockout punch.
Because that moment, I forgot.
In the moment,
I forgot that Hashem was telling me that the oatmeal wasn't good,
I'm going to yell at her. This is where it's coming from. And if she wanted to do something, why should we put our own,
sense into it.
right?
I just didn't want her to stress.
I know. But by us telling them, don't stress, do it this way, it's only going to make them stress even more.
Yeah.
They got a thing in their head, they want it a certain way, and it makes no sense whatsoever. Counterintuitive, against all logic. Support it, no problem, let's go, whatever I can do to help. Especially in that moment. Because then you're taking your mind out of it. You're saying, it doesn't matter what I think right now.
Whatever she wants to do, if she's not asking for advice, just support it, right? Just, all right, what do you need me to do?
Let's go. This is the way. You want to go the wrong way to the wedding? Let's go. No problem.
But if she says, should we do it after Shabbat, before Shabbat, then that means...
First, try to get an understanding what she really wants you to say.
Right.
If she asks you, am I ugly or pretty? What does she want you to say? Right? When do you want me to pack? If you see like she's getting everything ready, and then she pauses, support it. No problem. Let's go. I'll be here. Tell me what I can do. Let's go. Right here, right now.
That was a bad one. It was a tough one.
It is tough. We all have those moments. No question about it.
It was so good, like weeks. I
It's good. It's
Curveballs. I
phenomenal.
was like, oh, I handled
this
that
is-
very well.
It will help you grow even further.
But I redeemed myself yesterday, I think,
Okay.
because she said, what did she say? She said, I'm taking how many carry-ons you take? I'm like, 2. She's like, yeah, and I'm taking all the kids' stuff. You're being selfish. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're right. What do you need me to take in my bag? I didn't, I could have said, what do you mean? You didn't even
Like, what's
ask
wrong
me.
with you?
Like, what, did
Coming
you
from-
mention me to take anything?
Right?
But I stopped. I said, you're right. I'm being selfish. What do you need me to take?
Sorry.
And she's like, I'll give it to you tomorrow. I was like, okay.
My pleasure. Whatever I can do, what's in, whatever I can take.
You tried to get me, yesterday. I was like,
Bingo. All right. Where there are arguments, the blessing is halted. In the story of Korach and his followers, when we talked about his argument with Moshe, we see what did the earth do? Opened up and swallowed them alive with all their wealth, with all their prized possessions. Not just them, whatever they planned on passing forth. I said even the earth was created before Shabbos in the 6th day of creation, right? The earth opening up was one of the 10 things that was created all the way back then. God knows what's going to happen at every single moment, whether we're going to do this or that. But we still have free will. We have the choice to do it, and we have to choose the right decisions, no matter what the outcome is. Be supportive, be helpful, whatever you can do. Arguments bring a person to what? Anger. 2, stress. 2, depression. 2, high blood pressure. 2, heart attacks. All that stuff. Nothing else can do so much more damage to a person's physical and emotional health than arguments and anger. Rambam, we say this how many times? Every single path in life should be the straight and narrow road, not veering off to the right, not veering off to the left. There are two things, instead of being 50-50 down the middle, you can never have anything in your life of zero at all. What are the two things you remember? What are the two things you should never have anything in your life of?
Anger, depression.
Anger, 100%. Even if something is to teach a lesson to somebody, fake it on the outside. Sure, you can yell a little bit, but inside, do not have a raging fire. Don't be mad at your kid if he's running into the street. You want to help him, so you might yell at him, don't ever do that again! But not because you're mad at him. Don't ever get angry, but just because you want to teach him a lesson. You can never have any anger in your life. It is anti-Jewish. It is not the Torah way at all, ever, for yourself. And the other one is arrogance. To be higher and more mighty than anybody else. Never have any sense of that in your life. Two, have to have zero whatsoever. Nothing. Always run away the opposite direction. Parents, quarrels, solely damage children's physical and super spiritual well-being. Can you imagine what they're seeing and what they're going to emulate in their life because of the stage that you're setting for them? Why would you want your kids to grow up in that type of environment? What do you want them to be when they grow up, right? Strife in the home destroys their capability to concentrate. It destroys their capability to learn, and it damages their souls and negatively affect them for the rest of their lives. Little things now have huge impacts later on kids, but they're going to be ingraining in their heads, in their minds. What are you showing them? What are they learning? What are they going to be absorbing? That's how they're going to live their lives. A wife may take many mistakes in child rearing, but her husband's quarreling with her about what she's doing wrong in her household can do so much more damage than any of her mistakes. Okay, she did something wrong, but because she did something wrong and then you argue with her about it, you're going to be the one damaging the kids so much more than what they saw her do. That's what's going to have an impression, a roshim on them. If a wife is too stern with her children and her husband steps in to protect the kids, oh my gosh, I need to save them, then the damage to the child from the ensuing tension will be so much far greater than the damage from her own stringency in the first place. In the case of a strife between a mother and one or more of the children, a husband must first give her unconditional, biggest backing in the world to the wife. Whatever she's doing at the time. The Ben Ish Chai writes that one walks into a volatile situation, first realize that the Satan, the evil inclination, is at work here right now. Who's the one setting the stage? In an attempt to stir up arguments and discord in the home. Like when you see something going on, stop for a second and say, what is going on? What stage am I walking onto right now? There's something being set up for me to fail. I don't want to put myself into that situation where I'm going to be the one causing more damage in my household because what I'm about to do, what I'm about to say. I need to support her. I need to love her. I need to back her up. I need to be her shoulder to lean on. I need to be the spine that can help her stand up straight right now. She might be going through a hard time. She might be stressed because she has to pack. She has to take care of the kids. She has to make sure all the laundry is done. And then you coming in and putting in your own opinions and trying to tell her what to do, how to make it right. You're destroying her. You're knocking down her foundation. And then she's going to be mad at you. She's going to be mad at the kids. And she's going to be upset the whole time you're going somewhere because the basis on the start of your trip, even before you left the house, is already having arguments in it. Is already having confrontation. Is already having strife. You're destroying all the blessings that you could have had and all the peace and the harmony that you could have had, exceeding so much more so because of where you're going. You have a new situation, a new opportunity to have more love, to show more peace in the home, to grow together. And before you're even stepping foot on that vacation, you're already starting out on a wrong note. Why would you want to do that? Have the best blessings you can. Enjoy the peace, enjoy the love, enjoy the vacation, enjoy the break from the normal stress of activities to be able to fly high, man. Say, this is where I want to be. Put your mind in the place where you eventually want to get to. And if you know where you want to end up, it's so much easier to go along the path. Set your goal. See the light at the end of the tunnel. I say every step that I'm taking, am I going towards that light or am I running away? Yeah, your wife might have a mishap. She might have a fault. She might have a flaw. But are we going to put a magnifying glass over that flaw and then make it so much more problematic? Or try to say, hey, what can I do to help the situation to make it easier for you right now so that everybody in the household is going to have more peace and love and harmony. And with that, we're going to take it and have so much more blessings in our life. To take the Yetzer Hara and knock him out of the situation. Say, I see what you're doing right now. I know what you're trying to fault me up with, and I'm not taking it. Put your hands out and knock him away. Get out of my life right now. I'm going to be better than that. I'm going to be bigger than that. And love her and show her my support as best as I can. And with that, have an awesome, deliciously amazing rest of your day.